Hey, we're still early. That's good, you know.
I know.
Ladies and gentlemen, you are listening to Deathmatch Russell Podcast. Let's get it on!
Come into the ring, step into the fire, see what you want, baby. If your heart has desire, get up, get knocked down, get up, get knocked down, get up, get knocked down, down, down. Dangerous Podcast, Deathmatch Russell 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 Podcast.
And good evening, everyone. You're listening to another episode of the Deathmatch Russell Podcast, and my guest at this time, the one and only, the Mastodon, is here.
What's happening, Russell? I appreciate you having me on here, my man.
Hey, anything to get people, anybody like you to be on the podcast is an honor, a privilege. Is a friend of mine, and when we go to wrestling together eventually and see shows together, you see you in action, which is going to be awesome. I will make that on my list of things to do, and so
hopefully
forth.
we'll make that soon too. You know, get you get in the same place at the same time. I think you'll be at the January 8th monsoon in Titan, correct?
I will be present.
I'll see you there. I have some business to attend to.
Oh, okay. That's good. That's a good thing. Good things to the people that come and wait.
Yes, sir. It's been long overdue. I was there a few months ago. Everybody saw me. I will be back. I promise. Did you notice my little appearance there?
Yes. And people were like, "Who is that guy? Who is he?" And also, I was just talking to one of my friends. He was like, I want to have him on my podcast." I was like, he'd be honored to be on anybody's podcast. I said, put him on. I'll send him to you.
Send them my way. I've got the gift of gab, and I'd like to share that gift with the world. It is the holiday season, the time for giving of gifts.
Yeah, the gifts of the devil. How's that? The gifts of the devil and the Satan himself. And yes.
In Krampus, you know.
Yes. The extreme ultra-violent, right? Santa Claus of hell. But anyway, man, how's your night going?
My night is going well. I'm spending some time hanging out with my little wrestle brother, Suicide Seymour. He's up here in the old 570, the home place for some of us Roughnecks. And spending some time with him, preparing we have an appearance on the 22nd of January in Westville, New Jersey. And this one might be a little bit more up your alley. It's for CWF-PWA, which I know is a lot of letters, but hang in there with them. They got some good stuff going on. There's a no ropes barbed wire main event. I will not be in it, not yet. But you never say never.
Never say never.
Never say never. But I will be there. Seymour and I will be in tag team action. Still waiting to find out what those opponents are. So if you stay on my Facebook page, which is facebook.com/RoshDangit, you'll find out as soon as I know, because I promise I tell everybody everything.
Everything and everybody. And everything goes on and on and on and on, just like the books.
Yes, sir.
But let me say this to you also. Congratulations on your new tag team championship.
Thank you. Yes, Johnny Moran and I took the NYCW, the New York Championship Wrestling Tag Team titles from the process on Saturday. Added to the old Moran belt collection.
Yeah, and your collection. And
yes, sir. Adding some shinies to the mix. And, I got a few other friends from here in Pennsylvania. We'll be traveling around doing some tag team work, and we'll be adding to that collection. I promise you. Nobody does tag team wrestling better than we do.
No, I've seen what you guys do, and I keep my eye on. I know what talent is. When I see talent, I know what talent is. I pick my talent. I keep my eyes on the world. You know that it's like you got to go on Twitter and see who's next on the list. Of top stars in the world.
There's so many too. I was just saying the other night that I'd hate to be one of the guys just breaking in. I mean, newsflash, I'm not a spring chicken here.
No.
But any of these kids that are just breaking in right now, man, my heart goes out to you because this is the thickest field of talent I have ever seen in the business.
I know.
And then with all these releases lately, you got all this other really good talent hitting the indies. If you're a wrestling fan, paradise is now. Come on down. Come catch these local shows out. You're going to see stars before they hit TV, before they even hit IWTV.
But stars like you are at it every weekend. Come on, right?
Every weekend, we're popping up. And you'd think, and everybody keeps saying, hey, there's not going to be any room. There's too many guys out there. Man, my schedule's still booked. My schedule's still full. If you want it, if you're hungry, it's out there. Go eat it.
Yeah, eat it. Take the competition because you know where the competition is, and we could say some names in that talent roster of Titan right now. My gosh, there's some guys. The radar. I know who you want to take out. I see it. We know.
I got some. I could run a list. I know. I'm gonna get my teeth into some of these guys, but I'm gonna be there to do some. I have business to take care of. I have a business interest to look out for.
Got to watch it. And yes, I'll be there to witness that live, folks. And you should check it out if you're in the Bayville area in January 8th.
It's gonna be wild.
It's going to be wild. I mean, my God, we already have a couple matches, and who knows? There's probably still stuff that we don't even know it's on the card. That's what unexpected. Expect the unexpected, as they always say.
That's lesson number 1, folks. Expect the unexpected. Yeah. And don't forget, lesson number 2 is always the Mastodon always finds a way in.
Wait a minute. Who says that? Somebody says that in a promo.
The education of Johnny Moran began last week.
Expect the unexpected. Somebody says that. Somebody says that though. I think on the indie scene or on the scene that's done in the past. Who knows?
It's good advice, no matter who you are. Always expect the unexpected. Be ready for it. Keep your head in a swivel. Be ready for anything. You never know when that big old hand's gonna come swiping at the face.
Dance with the devil, as they always say too, right? Always dance with the devil, the pale moonlight, right?
That's right. Or at least be ready for it.
But man, let me ask you this. What got you into wrestling? What got you hooked? What got you as a kid growing up and you're venturing into the world of wrestling, in the wrestling industry yourself to where you are today?
To be honest, when I was a kid, I wasn't allowed to watch wrestling. My parents were afraid that I'd be interested and want to do it. I guess they were right. When I was 13, 14 years old, the NWO was really starting to kick off. And friends of mine were, walking down the hallway, too cool, I'm like, what do you guys do?
I know. All super
kids. For those young folks at home, before there was a Bullet Club, there was the New World Order and the Wolf Pack. And I mean, to me, that's what that'll always be. But I was like, what are you guys doing? And they're like,
what are you guys doing?
Hulk Hogan's back and he's in the New World Order. And I'm like, wasn't he the guy on that Nanny movie? And then I dialed in and I stumbled across Raven in the Flock.
Yes, Raven.
And I was like, hooked, man. I was like, that's my jam. That's my jam. Those guys, they looked like me. And they reminded me of me. I've never been one of the cool kids. I've never been part of the popular clique. I was always good with everybody, but I was never the most over guy in high school. So I started really sinking into wrestling, and I found something. I'm 6'3", if I'm standing barefoot in a gas station.
We got a person in the chat room. This is the guy that would like to have you on my podcast.
What's up, Everett? Get a hold of me. We'll have a chit chat, man.
Yes, he's out of Florida, based out of Florida. So he's a Daytona man.
Oh, fantastic! My OG trainer is down in Florida now, off of the Wild Samoan. I'd love to get down there and see Pops. It's on my bucket list here.
NWO2 speaks. He knows. He's he's got a lot. Yeah, he'll tell you a lot about his stuff in that area. He's got a lot. Yeah.
But yeah, the Ravens flock, I saw guys that, didn't really fit that cool club that really was the NWO. And they're a little bit more grungy, dirty, willing to go the extra mile. And that kind of spoke to my heart.
Yeah.
So I ended up finding ECW late at night one night. I was watching NWA Wildside. I just saw it on the old Preview Guide channel, and I fell in love with ECW, man. Tommy Dreamer was my man, bro. And just everything that they did just spoke to my soul. So I was like, this is what I want to do. This, I can see me doing this. And I happen to be real fortunate.
Watch this. Are you ready?
I'm ready.
All right. This is special. We're going back to ECW era.
I hear some clanging and banging. I love clanging and banging.
Hold it up, Russell. Hold it up.
Oh, is that what I think it is? Oh, yeah, man. That's awesome.
Locked and loaded, brother. Locked and loaded.
Dude, that is awesome. That is a cool piece right there. If that were mine, it would be hanging on my wall. That's how cool that is.
That is, there was a promotion in my area in the mid-'90s. It was called Phoenix Championship Wrestling. In the 90s, in Tom's River, there was a real pop at that Adrenaline Sports Academy building was where they ran.
Oh wow!
Donnie Nova's brother ran it. Isn't that crazy?
That's awesome.
Yeah, but the first, but how I was going to say how I met Balls Mahoney. First, I was 18 years old. I was working at a dollar store in town. This guy walks in. I don't know anything about ECW really. And this guy said, "I'm an ECW wrestler." What? And so my friend's like, "Hey, he saw TV all the time." What? No shit. So I was like, became good friends with him. And go to shows all the time, local shows, and see him wrestle. Awesome. Yeah.
I was pretty lucky to come up. I grew up about a half hour away from where the Wild Swan Training Center was in Hazleton. So I was really fortunate to have right in my own backyard one of the greatest school opportunities for professional wrestling. So I'd be foolish if I went anywhere else.
Right.
And coming up through there, I got to meet a lot of the fellas from New Jersey. Inferno Kid, Brian Wenzel, Sean Sheridan, Ryan Wing, Judas Young. Incredible people, and they became really close friends with me, and I had so many opportunities to travel around New Jersey when I was still before I started training. I was doing ringside photography, so I got to go to Jersey All Pro, see the Hit Squad in their natural habitat in Bayonne.
Whoa! Jersey All Pro. Were you a Rawway person also?
No, pre-Rawway Bayonne Charity Hall.
Oh man, I was there for the Jersey All Pro Rawway era. From 2000, from the 2000. From the seventh year till the good run. Yeah, yes. So I saw. Yeah, I was
incredible there. Talent there. Incredible talent. I always loved.
But you were at the era of when Low Life Louie was at that hall every week and a couple of the other cats and wrestlers.
So Low Life Louie is one of my 3 reasons why I'm going to be at Titan on January 8th in Bayville. I've got 3 reasons to be there. One's to protect my business interests. One is to be there to support my on-again, off-again tag team partner, Ransom. and because he's going to add some gold to that BYOB family of ours. And
Yes.
the third is to watch Lowlife Louie completely wreck poor Merc's life. He has no idea what he's in for. Merc is so screwed, man.
I know.
Poor kid.
He better do his research. Yeah, he better do his
I mean, he's tough. Don't get me wrong. He's a tough kid.
he's
I
tough.
like Merc. I've had several conversations with
Yes.
him. We've been on some shows together, but Louie's going to – can I swear on here?
This is a cursing network. Yeah, why would I?
Yeah, Louie's going to fuck him up, man. Lowlife Louie is going to straight fuck that poor kid up, and that's just the God's honest truth about it. It's a hardcore match, hardcore title match, I believe. Yeah, I'll be there for that.
Balls, yeah, we're talking balls, yeah, balls, Everett, yeah. Who's got the big ones? God rest his soul, man. But yeah, Louie just surprise came into the show. Why did you expect it? You know?
What an absolute treasure. I love seeing him pop up. Speaking of other old Jersey All Pro talent, I saw Deranged pop up just this past weekend. It was good to see him back out there. Us old parts, we still got it, man.
Yeah, he's on doing his thing for Loco Wrestling out in Texas. That's a good Loco.
Looks like so much fun down there, man. It just looks like so much fun. If anybody's got contacts in Texas that needs a giant monster mastodon, give me a holler. I'd love to come back to Texas.
I want to go to Texas. I'd love to go just to go to that promotion. They put a show together. It's like, you know, Lucha.
Hot fire, man. Hot fire. Everything I see that comes out from Loco just looks like a fantastic time. Love to at least just one time be a part of that.
And that's why I'm glad that Game Changer GCW, Game Changer Wrestling is a part of their works with them, which is really they are got some shout out to them both. Good.
Man, all these Forbidden Doors are building like these super mega indie promotional cooperatives, and I'm here for every second of it. We're getting things, like I said, if you're a wrestling fan, there's been no better time than now to have access to every flavor.
Let me ask you this. What are you doing New Year's? You should come to the damn show. Fucking Alex Colon versus John Wayne Murdoch in a death match at AC at New Year's. Dude. I may have to look into that. I do have on January 2nd. Yeah.
I don't know if I'm like backwards or forwards on that one. But on January 2nd, which is a Sunday at NYCW in Whitesboro, New York, Johnny Moran and I are defending our tag team titles.
That's Saturday night.
Making him, it's a Sunday. It's a Sunday afternoon show. The second. So I would have, and like that's all the way upstate New York. So I'd have to make it from there to there. Let me look into some things. It might be worth pulling some strings here.
Just to go drink some beers and have some watching wrestling. Why not? Yeah, that's what I'm gonna do. Enjoy myself. No, it's supposed to be good. It's supposed to be good. And they're bringing in Drew Parker from the UK. Come on. I mean, you got to see guys like that just got released, but he's big on the Japan scene anyway, There's guys that I'm sure you would, Can you imagine having,
there's some fun cats on there I wouldn't mind dancing with.
Yeah. G Raver, one local from Pennsylvania area as well. Ooh, I believe G Raver.
Gotta eat your Wheaties before you get in the ring with that man, let me tell you.
Yeah, you have to dance.
There's a reason that he's on all the major shows, and he's definitely earned that spot. That's 100%. I'm
waiting for that. I'm waiting for the day because that promo that he just put out versus Malachi Black. Oh, like he's calling for him. I could see that. I could see them doing that. Really.
That's going to be when they pull that together. That'll be fun.
And if they do, I'll go to see that, and you'll go see that too. We'll be witnesses.
Good time. It'll be a blast.
Yeah. So mark your calendar, man. If you feel like it, what the hell, right? New Year's sucks, man. Go see some wrestling, Yeah,
like I said, there's so much good, and it's not just like one or two good shows going on New Year's. There's shows all over the place going on New Year's. I'm just trying to figure out if I want to get trashed or if I'm going to, go get trashed.
Hell, we have the show Friday night, and we have the Friday show 2 GCW shows. Come on,
double up.
tickets aren't gone, so they're still available. The Hammerstein's sold out. I know that. That's
so incredible what's going on with independent wrestling right now. It's just, it blows my mind. Like I said, I've been in and out of this business since the late 90s, more out than in. I don't want anyone to ever think I'm not going to be that guy that's like, oh, I'm a 20-year vet. No, I've been around, but I haven't been like deeply in it. Like I go through periods where I get distracted with side projects.
Right.
And I've never seen it the way it is now. I mean, I've seen some cool things, especially like around the turn of the century there, with the birth of Ring of Honor. You got to see some really cool stuff, but I haven't seen anything like it since then until now. And it's incredible. And I want to fight everybody. There's so much cool shit going.
There really is. I mean, Ring of Honor, man, history. I mean, look back at the history, how they just were always at the Hammerstein. New Year's or like anniversary shows, and just like
they perfected the supercard format. I mean, I've never seen anyone pull it off, and then they managed to find a way to transition from a supercard to a serious storyline. I love it.
And I got lucky enough to see the good stuff like that. I got to see that. I've traveled just to go see those shows.
Worth it.
And ECW's One Night Stand 2. Yeah, that was a fun time.
Man, I miss ECW still every day. That was my career objective. Like that, you want to talk about like a redefining moment. When WCW vanished, because I was a Nitro kid. When WCW vanished, I was like, shit. Well, looks like ECW is the way to go. And then ECW vanished, I was like, I don't know where I fit in anymore.
See, look at this. Everett has a question. He's good. He's popping some good ones. Everett, you want to just come into the podcast and join us? I wish you could. You don't even have to, really. You should just join us, Everett. I'm going to text him. He could join us.
Pull him on in. We'll get something rolling here.
Come on.
So he's asking my thoughts on Ring of Honor. I'm going to be honest. There's so much good content out there, I can't keep up with everything. And I'm a sucker for old Sportatorian.
Okay. Yeah.
So I get stuck on kicks where I'm like caught in the past. So I'm not super caught up on all of the current Ring of Honor. I feel for the folks that are, going through, uncertainty with their jobs. But you know what? Ring of Honor has always been solid at knowing how to pick up talent. So I'm sure that anybody they have isn't going to be unemployed long or going to go hungry. That's for sure.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah.
And again, I'm a big fan of tag team wrestling. Like, I love tag team wrestling. Coming up under the Samoan family, like that was just something that was always very important and very around. And one of the greatest tag teams that I've ever had the opportunity to witness from a fan and worker perspective happens to come from not from Ring of Honor, but they may have be Ring of Honor's tag team. And that's the Briscoe.
I'm going to send him a link. Hold on. Let's see if he gets this. I'm sure he wants to come in. He's going to pop in. He'll pop in. He has to. There.
The more the merrier.
Exactly. Come on, Everett. Join us, please. We need more of a conversation piece to add us. Let's put 3 people together if we have to. I'll wait till he comes in and give that. I was telling him about all the cool stuff about this podcast site. You could add hosts and co-hosts. Okay, give him a minute. He'll be on. Sweet.
Fantastic.
Okay, so he's one of my podcast. You'll get to know him. He's a really cool dude. You're gonna like his stories as well. But yeah, okay, he's setting up. Sweet. He's got
fantastic. We'll see you in here in just a minute, Everett.
Yeah, I'll.
And then maybe when I'm on his podcast, you can pop in on that.
Absolutely. We'll just cut. Yeah, we'll transition.
Circle of life, baby. Circle of life.
Yeah. And this is you'll enjoy talking to Everett. Really, one of the coolest dudes. You could get, like one of my best. Like just like friends. I want to go down and hang out. You like the Friday weekend.
We'll have to plan a party down in Florida. Because that's what you do when you go to Florida. You party.
Well, yeah, he Daytona, and he's close to. He's right next door to Jimmy Hart's or Hogan's Beach Shop or one of those places.
Oh, that's cool.
One of the bars. Oh no, Jimmy Hart's bar. It used to be. I think he'll tell you stories. He's got some good stuff.
Good deal. Good deal.
You could ask him his Jim Cornette story as well. Buying his figure, you'll have to hear that story.
I feel like almost everybody has some sort of Jim Cornette story, except for me. I don't have a good Jim Cornette story.
Oh shit! Did I send it to the wrong person? I probably did.
We're gonna have all kinds. It's a rando chat night, my friend. Rando chat night.
Yes.
In here.
Delete that other one. Don't even bother about the bottom link. Okay, got it. All right, there you go. Partay. Sorry for the inconvenience. Let's see here. Come on, Everett, and then I can switch this podcast. Get everybody in here.
So while we're getting this set up, I just want to throw out a little put.
Go ahead.
I love putovers, man. There's so many good people I've had an opportunity to work with this year. Through the sanctuary, we've had a chance to have people come in from New York, Connecticut, Massachusetts, Philly, Jersey, Maryland, West Virginia. H.C. Loke has been bringing his students down, including the boys from Defiance, Saren Rain, Shale Connors, and this kid named TJ Epics. I love these kids. They're like little brothers to me. They spend a lot of time down at the sanctuary whenever they're available. TJ Epics.
You know what I was
zero in for a second. This kid's a rock star and a half, and he's just blowing up now. If you've never seen him or haven't had a chance to yet, find TJ Epics, 2 X's, EPIXX. He's up and down and left and right and all over the place. He's in a tag team called Flips and Rips with Shale Connors. So entertaining, so incredibly entertaining. Make sure you get a chance to check them out. So that's my little put over there for a moment. Thank you, Loke, for everything you've done for all of us. By the way,
dude, I see it. Hey, he's an original too from the Ring of Honor days. My gosh, I was there for it. I was there for the
Carnage crew, man. He was there on the original show when just like at ECW, you know, man. He's been in the Stripes harassing the Stripes, man. I love it.
Well, ladies and gentlemen, joining the stream right now is my co-host, Everett Lee. How are you?
What's up?
What's up, Everett?
Yeah, we got
Mastodon.
Yes, ladies and gentlemen. Yes. Go ahead. Talk to him for a few minutes. Fill him in. Go ahead.
Fill him in about what? Me or Jim?
No, okay, Everett, you were talking about Ring of Honor. And
since we're talking about HC Loke, let's zero back into Ring of Honor.
Okay. Yeah, just what are your thoughts about Ring of Honor? Because the company's been around forever, and they've pretty much have a cornerstone in the independent wrestling scene. I mean, look at all the talent that's come in and gone out in ROH. I mean, like Bryan Danielson, the American Dragon, Samoa Joe, AJ Styles, Adam Cole, just the list goes on and stuff. And them actually just like folding. What do you think about that?
I briefly glossed on this earlier, but I'll say it again. My heart goes out to anyone who's recently lost a job or has any job insecurity, especially in professional wrestling. Right now is just a scary time to be on contract. That being said, the independent wrestling scene is absolutely flourishing because of it. I don't think a single one of these people have to worry about starving to death. As far as Ring of Honor's history goes, the thing that sticks out to me the most, and again, I'm going to say it's that tag team division. Some of the tag teams they've had in there have been absolutely incredible. I had the pleasure, and a lot of the names I'm going to drop are probably like really old ones because I'm really old. And I remember when Ring of Honor was being born, it's like, well, the shows these guys were putting together were unfair because they knew how to pick the talent that was good. Like they were running the cool internet crowd before that thing even existed. So the idea of having AJ Styles, Samoa Joe, CM Punk, Colt Cabana, any of these guys on the show together, low key, was absolutely bonkers. But what impressed me the most was how they were able to construct a tag team division. And I think anybody that's got even just 2 brain cells that knows anything about Ring of Honor knows what the tag team division in Ring of Honor is. And that's the Briscoe brothers.
And look where they are now.
Briscoes.
And like Briscoe brothers and friends. I'm always going to be partial. Again, the name dropping old ones, but I'm going to be partial to the guys like the Hit Squad.
Yes.
Danny Moff and Steve Mack are two of the guys that I always looked up to when I got in this business. I had the pleasure of, even before I started training, when I was just like an annoying little photographer kid running around, I had the privilege of seeing their work with the Moondogs, like best seat in the house, ringside photographer for some of the stiffest shit I've ever seen. And those four men, Molson and Wenzel, the Moondogs, Danny Moff and Steve Mack, left such an impression on me that still comes through in my work. I still go back and try to watch their work just to reorient myself from time to time. The ability that guys like they have, the ability that guys like the Briscoes have to just create energy out of nothing.
Yeah,
man, it's almost a lost art. There's not a whole lot of tag teams, let alone just independent workers out there that have the ability to do that. But these guys are just incredible. And then the work itself,
Throwback.
Man, I've loved those Briscoe kids since they were wearing that like generic Cliff Keen singlet back in the day of ECWA. They've been fantastic. So much appreciation for 20 years of entertainment from them. Them boys just know how to do this.
Oh yeah, they definitely do. I believe it was 2016. Yeah, in 2016, 2017, right around there. I forget, but I got the pictures. I have to look them up on my computer. I was fortunate enough, my wife, my nephew, and his friend, we drove down to Fort Lauderdale for an ROH show. That's when the American Nightmare, Cody Rhodes, was still part of ROH, the Bullet Club. They were all still in there. It was a great show there. And the place they did it at was at the Armory there in Fort Lauderdale, the same place where Cody's father, the American Dream, Dusty Rhodes, wrestled. And I believe it was for NWA, won a championship in that same building. And Cody getting to wrestle in that same building there as his father did. It was just icing on the cake that night for Cody.
I'm such a sucker for nuance like that, for little details, for Easter eggs. Things like that to me, man, mean the whole world. So like a kid like Cody Rhodes that grew up around the business, being able to perform in some of the same venues that his father performed in.
Yeah.
Like I said, my parents didn't even let me watch wrestling. So like, I don't have anything like that, but like just the special feeling that someone went through all the effort to discover all these facts and put these, and it happens all the time. And I love every second of it. It's so special. Just like to me, that coming to the Sanctuary this year, the Sanctuary is in Hazleton, PA. Hazleton, PA is where the Wild Swan Training Center where I trained was. I'm literally back in the town that I started my journey. Nuance is everything.
That's amazing. That's amazing, man. It is.
And he's going to be coming to Titan as well. Ooh, cannot wait.
Nice. I was watching. A friend of mine turned me on last year to actually earlier this year. It was IWTV, and there's so much content on IWTV. I don't know if you've checked out content on there, or you have time to actually, because a lot of workers I talk to, they have time to watch wrestling, or they don't, or they watch in between whenever they can and stuff. I was watching last night. I was trying to stay awake to watch it because I was going through looking promotions just added stuff. And I'm just like, and I came to H2O and I was like, new show, H2O, underrated, I think it was. I started watching that and I'm like, man, this is great, man. This is just great. I
love what Matt's doing down there, man.
Yes.
It's a promotion I'm not a part of. I'm just putting it over because I appreciate it. He has such an incredible crew of students that can perform, and I know that in some circles, they're still like roll their eyes. People will still roll their eyes with deathmatch wrestling. I love all forms of wrestling, every single one of them.
Same here.
But to see the kids that are coming out of there, they're not just deathmatch wrestlers. I don't want anyone to ever write them off that way. there's some incredible storytelling talent going on. In
There
fact,
is.
an old friend of mine is a huge piece down at H2O, and I don't think he gets nearly enough love at all. And that's Lucky 13. Put Lucky 13 on more shows.
Oh, that's my boy. That's our boy. Yeah.
My homeboy Lucky, man, he's deathmatch, lucha, American style professional wrestling. You want to see old school, you want to see comedy. This kid can literally do it all. How he's not further is beyond me. When he started breaking in, he was always my pick. Out of his circle of friends, he was my pick for the one that was going to break through. And I still think he can.
And his tag.
I'm still trying to familiar myself with because I'm looking at this promotion, that promotion, and I'm trying to familiarize myself with the roster, and it's hard because I basically just gonna have to like concentrate on this promotion and like, okay, all right, this is the roster who performs here, and then when I go and check out another promotion, okay, this is the roster who performs there too. I've been watching a lot of PCW, and I've been watching a lot of Defiance out of Seattle, and over on the West Coast there, that wrestling. I've been intrigued by it, man. Defy, I love the production, and also Southern Honor Wrestling in Canton, Georgia. I watched a documentary on that, and that was amazing, man. And some of the talent on there has been on AEW Dark, which has really been great to watch.
Not to sound like a broken record, but I mean, if you're a professional wrestling fan, this is like the greatest time to be around because there's just so much good stuff out there. I've been lately, because I do a lot of tape study during the week, trying to prepare for whatever I've got coming up the following weekend. I find myself drawn more and more to British style wrestling. I like the pacing. I like the physicality, and I like the storytelling. There's a match that I've actually fallen in love with. I've watched this thing at least 20 times, like in the last 2 weeks. It's Dave Mastiff and Kevin Steen. Hop on YouTube. It is one of the most entertaining matches I think I've ever seen, and it's one of like the hardest, roughest, roughneckiest shit I've ever seen, and that speaks to my heart. And then my fellow tag team champion, Johnny Moran, has me turned on to NXT UK. Holy shit, there's just so much good wrestling out there. If you don't like one product, I promise you there's 5 others that you are going to like.
Oh, yeah.
If all you like is deathmatch, guess what? You can watch deathmatch wrestling every day, all day, 24/7, and probably not catch anything on repeat for months on end. Likewise, if you want to see lucha, you've got American lucha, you've got Mexican lucha, you've got every style of wrestling on the plate. Jerry at IWTV has made wrestling super accessible. And now you got Fight TV, and now you've got, of course, Peacock's got all the WWE and everything they own, which is half of the world. Yeah. But you've got all these outlets for where you can watch great professional wrestling, and you still have a killer live scene. Doesn't get
Yeah, Fight TV. You mentioned Fight TV. There's one promotion down here in Florida, ARW. That promotion's come a long way in the last 5 years. Alex Red has built that from like the ground up, and he has a lot of talent that's been in WWE, that's been on the indie circuit, that's come through the doors there, and it's great watching it. It comes on Thursday nights at 8:00 on Fight TV. ARW does, and I just some of the workers that are on there. That, for example, David is going to have a guest I had on recently, Christian Mills. He's been wrestling on ARW, and I got to know Christian in the last 9 months because from January to September, I actually worked production for a independent wrestling promotion down here in Florida, CFWE. I was their production guy, and that was fun.
Who runs that?
Thumper Chapman runs that. Okay. Thumper Chapman. He runs CFWE. and his booker is Thump Dupree, who at one time wrestled in ROH.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. Thump Dupree, I got to know him quite a bit over this year. Really great guy, just picking his mind and just listening to him tell stories. And
I'd love to hear his story on where the name Thump comes from, because I don't think I'd want to fuck with anybody with the nickname Thump,
No.
because I wouldn't want to get thumped.
Thump Dupree, man, he wrestled in the ROH. He told me a story one day when I was taking him. I picked him up and we were riding over to a CFWE show one month, and he was just sitting there talking, just have a conversation on the car ride over, and he was telling me about when he wrestled Adam Cole when Adam Cole was green when he was starting out. I was like, wow. He told me about that, which was a great story, and just him wrestling, being able to get in the ring with Samoa Joe, AJ Styles, and he told me
opportunities are out there, and when you get them, you got to grab a hold of them, and you got to shine. You got to take advantage of those opportunities, because they don't always come back again. But if you take advantage of one opportunity, that can open a door for another and another and another, and that's just how this whole game works. So to have an opportunity to work, like a young AJ Cole and AJ Cole, Adam Cole, sorry, Mr. Cole, AJ Styles. See, that's just because I'm old and I've had a lot of concussions. I words my mixed all up, it just happens. But yeah, to have an opportunity, especially when you're breaking in, to work with these guys, you'll learn so much so quickly. I know it's hard out there for all these kids breaking it. And like I said, it's the thickest field of talent I've ever seen. And I mean talent. Take advantage of your opportunities, kids, and be patient. They'll come. Keep doing the work, but the patience will pay off. And it's not 1 month patience. It's not 3 month patience, guys. Don't be in a microwave. We're going to slow cook this turkey. It may take you a year or two, but you are going to get opportunities if you keep putting the work in. That's the biggest piece of advice I can give to anybody breaking in, because I've seen hundreds of kids break in and almost all of them wash out. Keep putting the work in. Don't lose faith. Take advantage of those opportunities. Such an incredible, these promoters they're doing such great things for so many kids. Take advantage of those opportunities. Sell your fights, kids. Sell those fights. Make me want to see it.
Yeah. Also, Everett, he's the current champion with Johnny Moran, as we were just talking earlier, from the New York wrestling promotion, NWCYE. I forget the name of it. The
New York NYCW, New York Championship Wrestling out of Whitesboro, New York. Had a fun time with the process. I guarantee they didn't have a fun time. Dropped that poor little kid on his head, but I mean, that's what happens when you got the belt and I'm standing on the other side of the ring.
Right.
That's what we do.
Yeah, I was when I was talking to David last night, he was telling me he was having you on, and earlier when I was getting my daughter ready for bed, I was talking with him, and he was like, "You want to come on?" I'm like, "I know nothing about your guest. I've done my research. I have research,
okay.
but I was like, when he's like, "Yeah, come on," I'm like, "Yeah, better take this opportunity."
We'll chit chat. We'll always chit chat. Like I said, I got the gift of gab, and it's Christmas, so let's give some gifts out. Let me just run my mouth a bit. Now, I will say though, and I do apologize for calling you on my cell phone on this one. I really hate doing that. I'm at 5% battery.
No.
So if for whatever reason I disappear,
you're done.
We will continue a conversation on Everett's podcast, the three of us. So just so you're aware, if I go vanish, because I'll talk until this thing shuts off. I promise you, my mouth don't.
Oh yeah, I know. Because you don't have your charger on you.
Oh wow.
That's the thing about coming from Pennsylvania, and if this is the last thing I get to mutter out of my mouth, I'm gonna be happy about it. Where I live at in Pennsylvania is so rural. For me to come meet up with a tag partner, a student, or go train, I've got to drive about an hour for anything. So when I, even to come film a promo, like I'm doing a promo for a show I'm on January 22nd, Westville, New York, PWA. I'm in a tag match. You're not going to want to miss it. I can't give away any details, but I promise you, if what I heard is true, we're going to have some fun. That being said, I come all the way out here to film this promo and get caught with my pants down. The time leaked out a little bit too long. So it's either let's try to do this in the car on a charger, or which just wouldn't work, or let's do it here. So that's kind of
just winged it.
Yeah.
That's all.
That's what we do. We call it on the fly, brother. We knew
Hell
the
yeah.
open, we knew the finish. We just gonna fill in the rest.
Mm-hmm.
That's right. That's right.
Yeah, but but me and him were talking about this. Yeah, Sanctuary is really that's a beautiful setup. That place is, I was telling Anthony about that. Anthony's really good. One of your good buddies.
He does our color commentary at the Sanctuary.
Yes.
Him and Peter DeLong, he does our play-by-play, the man with the golden voice. We are beyond blessed to have those two and a few others that join in with the fun from time to time. Man, John Trosky at the Sanctuary.
Beautiful.
He has built something, man.
Beautiful. The lighting is perfect. That's and it's magical. That's like
there's no place like it. And I help out a little bit behind the scenes. You get to be an old dog that just becomes part of the responsibilities is you pick up a little extra weight and try to do your part to lead and to be a good role model and example. And I'm not ever normally blamed for being a good role model. But I want to do my part there. Let me tell you, John Trosky has built something just absolutely absurdly amazing there. There's no place like it on earth. And to be able to call that home, I'm such a spoiled brat. At one point, we had 6 shows going a month there. So I'm getting that much footage during our summer seasons. Oh, man. And the photographers that we have there, listen, any podcast I'm on ever, I'm going to put over Paige and Johnny and Jennifer and Eric. Our photo squad is second to none. And we welcome others to come join. There's plenty of room to shoot. We just want to make art. And if you've never seen a Sanctuary show, and you go to facebook.com/sanctuarypa, all of our shows are on there for free. We live stream everything for free. We're just making art. So give it a look. You're going to see some names on there you wouldn't expect. Our champion right now is Ace Austin. He comes in because that's where he did a lot of his developmental work before getting signed at Impact through the Sanctuary. It's opened a lot of doors for a lot of us. Jamie Senegal's a regular with us. Johnny Moran's a regular with us, although sometimes I'd like to lock him in a closet. HC Loke brings his kids down, and to have a veteran presence like HC Loke in the locker room on any given week, man, my heart grows 3 sizes bigger. Loke was at the first indie show I ever went to, the very first one. The first WXW show in Hazleton at the training center I ended up training at. He was on that show. So it's like this man and I are on this path. Everywhere I go, and there's a major milestone in my wrestling journey, he's there. And before he's done, before he hangs his boots up, and I know he's nowhere near close because he's like me, he's in his prime, Loke and the Mastodon are going to go for a dance. It's on the list, and I'm hoping it's sooner rather than later. So if you're hearing me, Loke, it's out there, brother. Let's do this.
Nice. You heard it here first on Deathmatch Wrestle Podcast.
He did. He probably heard us. He probably will.
I'm at 2%. So
All right.
We still got a minute or two here. We still got some time.
Let's go.
What questions do you gentlemen have for me before the internet shuts me down?
Let's Everett, you're the good one with this. Go.
Okay. All right. The revamping of NXT without Triple H. How do you feel about how that's been going on?
It reminds me a lot of the Sanctuary. Just by coincidence. I'm interested to see how it plays out. I understand that the WWE is building a global brand that exists beyond that of just the American market. I'm a marketing guy by trade, so I kind of see a little bit of what they've got going on. There's a lot of speculation about whether or not they may or may not be selling. I don't know, but I do know this: they're building a global brand coming out of a pandemic where they don't have as many tours going on, so they don't need as much talent. So there's a lot of releasing. I understand the business side of it, and it sucks for everyone that's losing a job. But again, that being said, I don't think anyone's going to starve to death. The new NXT, I'm going to give it some time, and then I'll probably do some binge watching. I have not honestly caught a whole lot of it other than just little clips here and there. I'm curious to see how it plays out. I was really liking Triple H's NXT. To me, it was a solid promotion, and it felt like something that could entirely stand on its own. And I think wrestling needs more of that. I know there's enough talent out there right now that if the right wallets would open up, you could probably open another 2 solid national brands easily without any hesitation. There's that much talent out there, and still have guys fighting for spots. You're still not going to be able to employ everybody that's out there.
Right.
I wish that NXT still had that, but we'll see. We'll see where it all comes. We'll see how this all pulls together. Anytime you launch something new and wildly different, it's going to take time. So everyone's going to shit on it now, and that's generally what you see on there. Everyone's dumping all over it on Twitter. Wrestling Twitter hates it. But you know what? Let's just see. Let's just see before we write it off how it all plays out. Mm-hmm. Give it a fair shot. 1%. What do we got before I get shut down? I just want to see if I blink out and this thing dies.
Everett, close it out. Go for it, Everett. I'm going to let you close it out.
What should we look for the Mastodon in 2022?
I'm going to punch a lot of people in the fucking face. That's what you can look for. The 570 Northeastern PA. We hit harder than everybody else. That's not a brag. That is a fucking fact. Nobody gets hungrier than we are. No one has to fight harder. Everybody wants to come here and be on our shows and take our spots, but we've got to all but mug people in parking lots to get spots on other shows. Book some kids from the 570 unless you're a bunch of cowards. That's my stance on that. Oof. If you're a fan of Letterkenny, for the boys, Johnny's our Wayne, and we're coming to fight everybody.
Let me ask you this, Mastodon. One last thing before I go. Worst experience with a fan heckling wise, or getting really, just like you wanted to destroy them. Worst experience?
When the boys go sit in the crowd and instead of cheering like the fans should cheer or booing when the fans should boo, and they sit there and shit on the other boys. Nothing pisses me off worse than that. I've never personally been offended by a fan that wanted to say their piece. But when the boys get out there and start shitting on each other, that makes me want to get very violent. I have no time for that. That would be my worst experience with a heckler. Mm-hmm. You buy a ticket, come talk shit all you want. Bring friends, all talk shit to me. That's fine. If you're one of the boys, help be a part of the show. Don't shit on people. We're all in this together. At Rosh Dang It, Twitter, Instagram, Facebook. Come find me, send me hate mail, look at my videos, give me attention. I promise you, I'll give you something to enjoy.
Nice.
The Mastodon, I want to say thank you for coming on. And Everett, now you can say you'll be coming on my podcast. Go ahead, take it away.
Get a hold of me. We'll figure out a date when we'll carry this conversation.
Excellent. Yeah, I'll get a hold of you. I'll hit you up after the show. When you get your phone charged, you can check out the message. All right. This has been fun, man. It's fun. Thank you, David, for having me jump in here tonight with you.
Just stay behind stage, Everett.
Thank you for giving me the platform. I greatly appreciate it, guys. Absolutely. Come tune in. We're going to have fun this year.
I will see you soon. I'll talk to you soon. I'll talk to you later. Be good. Have a good night, everyone. Thank you for listening to the Deathmatch Wrestle with my guest, the Mastodon. He's coming to a ring near you anytime, but make sure you go to Hazleton. I'm gonna have to start using that to promote that. Hazleton, PA. Go see the Sanctuary and go see the Mastodon and his tag team partner. I have to get the names in my head. Everybody, because there's plug that guy's name quick. Plug his name again.
Johnny Moran, Ransom, and my homeboy Seymour.
Okay. See them all two in action as well at the Sanctuary and elsewhere as well in a ring near you. Have a good night. And thank you for listening to the Deathmatch Russell podcast.
Thank you, guys.
Yep.
Thank you.
All right. Have a good night, everybody. Actually, I got to promote one thing. Friday night, fans tune in at 8 p.m. with my guest, Christian Mills. We'll be talking to him and looking forward to talking to him about his wrestling. And where he's gonna be.
I'm shutting down. I'm sorry.
Okay. He's done. He's out. Hold on there. All right. Just stay there, everybody. I'm closing out. Good night, everybody.